How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Fabledom. This is a fantasy city builder with flying pigs and witches, and it's a game where the way to win is through love or war. And that's about it. That's about all I know about Fabledom, aside from the fact that the game does have a narrator that pops up even in the main menu from time to time. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying when you're trying to talk over it. I'm sure it's great if you're not trying to do what I'm doing right now, but it's like, yeah, it's like a speech jammer because I'm trying to say a thing and then the game's like, hi, I've got a thing to say as well. But besides all of that, I want to jump in. I want to see what this is all about. I want to go on a little bit of a fairy tale adventure and see where it takes us. And so the first thing we have to do is select our realm. This map is randomly generated. We can hit the randomize seed button once again. It will generate a new map using this seed in the top left. And this looks kind of interesting to me. We've got this region up here, which is a large realm. It has several hills, medium ocean, and dense forest. We have this one down here, which is a medium realm with several hills, medium ocean, and normal forests. This one down here has few hills, medium size, large ocean, dense forests. I think this one up here is what I want to go for. I think we're going to rename it though to, what is it? You know what? Nerdria is what we're going to go for before I have a medical emergency trying to pronounce the name that it was. So I am a prince looking for a princess. We'll put my name right in there. Over on the left side, we've got some difficulty. We have calm, we have classic, we have challenge, and we have cruel. I think we'll stick with classic. I think we'll stick with standard mode, which is where we're building and managing a kingdom, exploring the realm and finding new secrets, and then ruling through love or war. And then finally, we have our coat of arms, which I'm going to keep like this. I made this. It's sort of designed to look like the logo sort of a band that I listen to a lot at the moment. If you can figure it out which band this sort of looks like, then let me know in the comments below. If not, then don't worry about it. But you can absolutely customize this. Very similar to how the coat of arms in Manor Lords works. Very, very similar idea, and I'm absolutely here for it. But I think that's about everything. So let's begin and see how things go in Fabledom.
Once upon a time it goes, a story told of love and woes, when all the kings and queens of yore sent forth their children to explore. New lands of plenty, fields and trees, fertile, yielding, birds and bees. It's your turn, prince or princess you. Discover, conquer, daring do. Remember, friend, 'tis not just sword that makes one lady or a lord. To build a kingdom, 'tis an art, but don't neglect your spirit's heart. Through love or war, these lands ignited shall ever after be united. Now go, be kind, be cruel, be scrappy, and make your ever after happy.
And here we are, it's chapter 1, a new beginning. It's not entirely dissimilar to how you get started in something like Banished, to be completely honest. It's just, obviously it's a little more Britsy looking than Banished would be, but that's nothing against Banished, it's an older game. Anyway, in the bottom left, we have some objectives. We can move the camera with WASD. We can zoom in and out with scrolling or with K and L. I guess. I think we'll stick with scrolling though, because it seems a little bit easier. And for doing all of that, I can claim a reward, which I'm absolutely going to do. Now, I should mention, I have turned the narrator's voice way down, because like I said, it's kind of annoying. I've played a few games like this, different management games and colony simulators and stuff like that. And one of my biggest pet peeves is when there is a narrator, and it is just from a a YouTuber point of view. I don't know what it is. I just find it really difficult to talk over like a character that's narrating the game when I'm sort of supposed to be doing that. So anyway, it's besides the point. We have some new objectives. These are going to be guiding us through Fabledom, essentially. They'll get us started, get things going, and we'll see where we then go from there. So for now, we're going to be following these and seeing what exactly we can get up to. So we need to build 5 gravel roads. We need to build a laborer's hut and assign a laborer. So we'll go down to the construction menu here. We have a laborer's hut. It's going to cost us 25 gold, which is completely fine. It can employ 2 peasants or commoners, and it's made from 10 logs, which I'm assuming we have in here. So this thing I'm thinking is going to go, honestly, right about here. Seems like a good place for it. And then for some roads, we'll get ourselves a gravel road, and I'm just going to surround the little cart that we have there in the middle, because that seems like a great idea. That gives us the roads, that gives us the laborer's hut, and then we just need to go in here and we assign a worker, and we've got that done. We can claim 10 more gold, which is fantastic. And at the top of the screen, we have a bunch of stuff now. We have the average fabling happiness, which goes from 0 to 100. It will affect the productivity of my fablings. At my current happiness, fablings will move, produce, and gather resources with a 90% efficiency. The population, there's 4 of them. There are 3 that are unemployed right now, which is completely fine. It is year 1. It is spring day 5. We have some speed controls, and then we have our vegetables, of which we have about 300. We have some wood, we have some stone, and we have some coal. So basically, this is very similar to every other city builder, or, well, I guess, colony management game that we've played here on the channel over the years. Very similar concept. Anyway, we need to build a homestead. We need to build 2 attachments inside the homestead's garden, and then assign a head of household. So what I think we'll do is we're going to come down this way, and I'm going to build some homesteads sort of down here. So we'll rotate this guy around, which we use R to do. And I'm thinking it is going to go, I want to say that's going to be too close to a hill. So I'm thinking we're going to bring it out a little bit to about here. And then we want to just put something like this around it, which is the garden. And we have some choices. We have some things we can do. So there are attachments for all of these buildings. If we go in here, we can get rid of the ones that we have currently. And if we want to build a clothing line, it's going to be an extra 10 gold. And it's going to give us +3 desirability to its hub, which I think is the house. A doghouse is a similar idea. It's more desirability. The outhouse is more desirability. But then we can get a small greenhouse, which adds, 1 homegrown vegetable, I'm assuming, to the place. Or homegrown food, maybe, is what we're looking at. Regardless, we can do that with a greenhouse, with a beehive, with an apple tree, and with a chicken coop. So what I think we'll do is go for a combination. We'll get some desirability here with the little doghouse, which I think can live, let's say there for the doghouse. And then we'll put an apple tree somewhere like here. So we have a bit of productivity and a bit of desirability coming from this guy. We'll go ahead and build it, which is going to need, time to happen. And just because it's me and I want to get ahead a little bit, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to build myself another homestead. And I'm going to do this. It's randomized automatically. I can turn that off, but I do want to do something like this. I think that'll be fine. And just one more, because it's me and because that's how I operate. So we'll go for, I want to say maybe another apple tree for this guy. And we'll do a clothing line out back of this one just to be a little bit different. So we'll go ahead and put it there. We'll get that built. We're going to need some resources to make this happen, but that'll be 3 homesteads, which is absolutely fantastic. We really only need the 1 homestead right now. So this is a little bit of overkill, but that's totally fine. And I think what we'll also do is bring ourselves a little road down here so that all of these guys have a little gravel road. And I think we'll also go ahead and just bring a little section of road out to here. So I have room for 2 more homesteads right next to all of these ones. And I guess now we can speed up the game a little bit whilst we have resources coming down to this homestead. And, maybe another laborer isn't a bad idea. That'll be 2 people that can haul things and build things, which I think is probably a solid idea. And there we go. We've got the homestead coming together, so it is now built. We have the attachments going in as well, which have now also been built. So let's claim the rewards for constructing a home. And now we need to build a well. We also need to finish building 2 more homesteads, or well, 2 overall. So that's going to be done with this guy. So let's go ahead and get that well. It's required. It's an amenity that they're going to appreciate. So I think what we'll do, it'd be nice to put it back there, but I think that'd be a little bit silly. It would be interesting to maybe put it in the middle here. So maybe that's exactly what we do. I have no idea. I think this is our demolition tool. The mass destroy tool can be used to destroy things quickly. That's fine. That's what I'm looking for. Get rid of those. Get me the well. And where do I want to put this? I'm going to say right here for the well. We'll get ourselves some roads, put them on either side of this thing as well, so that it's right in the middle of all the houses, and that should be pretty good. The wood's down here already. What is that? The stone is coming down here as well. So that should make this thing super, super quick to construct, which it absolutely is. And there we go. We got the well. So now we need to welcome some new fablings, which, I mean, right up here, we can see it. We've got some people that are interested in joining us. So let's bring in 2 more fablings, claim the reward. And now we need to start looking towards food production, which is where farms are going to come in. We can place 30 vegetable crops and assign a farmer. It's basically the same idea as building a homestead. Did these guys have random styles? They do. I forgot about that. I was worried this one was rotated wrong, but no, we are completely fine. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I don't want to take away from all of this forest up here. I think that would be a terrible idea. So let's go into food production. Let's have a look at a farm. It could go next to this homestead, but I think what I'll do instead is build the farm. It's actually kind of tempting to build it here. I'm not going to lie, because the spacing in this whole thing's going to be a little bit weird is what it's going to be. But I'm thinking the farm's going to go here. And then what I think we do is we go into attachments, we've got vegetables, and we can start growing pumpkins, we can start growing beets, we can start growing cauliflower, carrots, or cabbages. Now, I think all of these take the same amount of time to grow, so it doesn't really matter which one we go for. Does not grow during winter, applies to all of them as well. So we'll go for pumpkins, nice and colorful, I suppose. And we need, I think, 30 vegetable crops. So that is 12 right there. We'll fill in this space as well. We'll fill in this space. That gives us up to 22. We will fill in this space, which gives us up to 27. And this space gives us up to 32. Let's go a little bit further because we can go up to 40 on this. And I think that's probably pretty good. I think that'll kind of work. It'd be nice if I wasn't chopping away at some trees here, but I think I'm okay with this. I don't mind it at all. It would be nice to maybe get rid of some of these, but I think we'll just go ahead and build it. It's going to be 210 gold to build. That's completely fine. We have more visitors coming in here as well, which is great news. So we'll get that going. And we have some taxes to collect down here. So 200 gold in taxes. That'll get paid relatively regularly. If we look here, each housed fabling has to pay taxes. To see when the next payment is due, hover over the coin icon at the top of the screen. Let's have a look here. Income is plus 29. 32 of that's from taxes. Upkeep is -3, and the next payment is in 1 day. There we go. All right. Well, that's fantastic news. The farm is up and going, and we have 3 unemployed fablings. So I think what I'll do is assign 2 of them to the farm right there, so that they go ahead and get straight to work planting a whole bunch of pumpkins. I think what I'll also do is go in here and build myself just another little section of road that's going to come down this way and across to here. And then we can use some of this space over here for more houses if we happen to need them, as well as this space in here, which honestly, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to just do right away. Let me get another tree in here because I'm kind of liking the little apple trees, and we'll go for, I don't think we've built an outhouse yet. So let's do the outhouse right there. We'll go ahead and build it. We'll bring in 1 visitor because we only have capacity for up to 9 in total. So we'll bring in you. which gives us 9 out of a possible 9 Fablings, 2 of which are unemployed right now, which is totally fine. And let's go ahead and claim this reward for the farm objective. So the taxes will be passive. The next thing we need to do is a lumber camp and get a woodcutter. Pretty good timing, honestly. I was a little bit worried about the tree situation, but no, we are going to be good. So what we'll do is get ourselves another gravel road. We'll bring it right down through here. It is getting rid of some trees, but what I'd like to do is get myself this lumber camp, and I'm kind of thinking we just put it honestly right there, because it's going to take away, well, they are eventually going to chop down some trees, aren't they? But this is some pretty good coverage for the trees here. I think even there might be a better spot. So we'll go ahead and build it right about there for 25 gold, which should be easy enough to put together since we have the 2 laborers down here doing their thing. And it looks like, yeah, that's going to be absolutely no trouble. Let's bring in 2 more visitors, and we have reached a milestone. We are now a hamlet, which is great. I don't think I was supposed to do this so quickly. I think the game actually has an objective for me to do this, but that's fine. Goodness gracious. We've already managed to find enough Fablings brave enough to trust us with their livelihood to call ourselves a hamlet. Going forward, your family will expect recurring payments of 0 coin to the family fund. We received 50 coin. We have unlocked the inn, which is a nice place to rest after work. Can only operate if there's food available. We got the stone camp. Stone is gathered from the attached stone deposit. Once depleted, the structure loses its functionality. We got the coal maker. Coal can be used to warm up houses and fuel productions. We got the granary, which provides storage for food, especially useful in winter when crops are sparse. And we got the forester, which will plant new trees after one has been cut down, uses the attached lumber camps area. Okay. Well, that's fantastic news. How many people are unemployed? We have 3. Let me get 2 woodcutters, since I think that's going to be a good idea. We'll claim that reward, and then we have to place 3 decorations. That's kind of why I left this area open. In fact, what I might go ahead and do is just demolish that little bit of land. And let's see if we go in here, we can go to decorations. Did I just hear, what is this? Letter from an admirer. Okay. We can deal with that shortly. Let's do this right here. I think that's a good place for a little bit of a decoration. And that apparently counted as 2, I guess, because it's 2 tiles that get taken up by this. But we also have things like these double wooden benches, which can be placed on roads. And I love this. I really do. I want to say this is something God, what is the last game I played that let me put benches like this on the side of a path? I want to say it was like, it would have been some roller coaster. It might have been like Roller Coaster Tycoon or something like that. I really don't remember. I'm talking like, I'm going way back with this core memory that I'm going through right now. But it just reminds me of that for some reason. Anyway, we placed the decorations. Let me claim the reward right there. We've also reached Hamlet, so we'll claim that reward as well. And we need to now select a lumber camp to build a forester. We can also bring in 1 more visitor. And then the forester on this thing, if I'm not mistaken, is an attachment. So this is the thing that will plant new trees based on the area that we can see here. So what I think we'll do is just place it. Do I want to put it on the side here? Can I rotate it? Oh, I can. Ooh. Well, isn't that very fancy? All right. Let me put the forester, I want to say back there is kind of the best place for it. So we'll get that going, which means that we should have a renewable supply of trees coming out of this space, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're also very close to collecting 200 in taxes. So while we wait for all of that to happen, let's have a look at this letter that we've received from Agnes. Hello, Agnes. I like the flowers. Dearest Prince, my sun and spring, such a splendid land this is, undulating hills and wild fertile plains. It is the dream of our ancestors. I wish to make this land into a paradise, but I cannot do it on my own. Your dashing countenance is already the talk of this land. Shall we meet? Agnes, the Harvest Princess. Absolutely. Absolutely. A little bit of diplomacy never hurt anybody. So now we need to build a stone camp and a stockpile. So we'll head in here. We'll go to resource production, and we have a stockpile here. We have a stone camp right here. And the stone camp, much like, I want to say, Manor Lords, as well as a multitude of other games in this genre, the stone camp basically has to be placed on the deposit. And it also has this red area around it that reduces desirability. So the further this thing is away from everything, the better. So the stone camp is going to live up there. And I suppose we're going to want to do some kind of road that connects over to it. Now, I don't want to get rid of too many trees here, but we'll bring this out and we'll go up like this. And I guess I could surround it like that without getting rid of too many trees, which seems fair enough. And that's fine. So that'll be the stone camp. We have no room for any visitors, so we'll go up here and just dismiss them, which is totally fine. We don't have to do that manually. They will leave automatically, but I like to dismiss them from time to time. We also got our 200 in taxes, so we'll claim that. And the stone camp is being built, which is fantastic news. We can assign some fablings. I keep wanting to say hearthlings. We can assign some fablings to this thing in just a moment once I get the stockpile built. Now the stockpile, I mean, it's a stockpile. We all know what a stockpile is going to do in this case. It's where we're going to be storing things. Now, my thinking is that a stockpile placed over by this stone camp might not be a terrible idea, or a stockpile placed right here might be an interesting idea. Because my thinking, and now I am going to have to get rid of some trees if I do this, which I think I will do, but my thinking is that I could do this. And that puts a stockpile right in the middle between my wood production, my stone production. That just seems like a good idea. That just seems like science. Or in this case, in the case of Fabledom, magic, I guess. Regardless, we have more visitors to get rid of. We've also got another reward down here that we're going to claim. And now we need to produce 15 coal in a coal maker and store 50 vegetables in a granary. Which is interesting because we have neither of those things right now. So we're going to have to build a granary and a coal maker. But first, we have a management course to go through. So we need to select a fabling using the overview menu, which I want to say is this menu down here. And then we want to assign a fabling to a workplace using the overview menu. So if we go in here, we have workplaces, and we can see that, for example, these guys are closed because, you know, there's no one working there right now. So let's go to the stockpile and let's say you're unemployed. So you're going to work at the stockpile, which is fine. I also have to select a fabling using this menu. So if I select you, I get another 10 gold for that reward, which is fantastic. By the way, I can rename my fablings. Just by the by. So we're aware that is a thing I can do. So I might do what I did in Stonehearth and start naming them after YouTube channel members. Not 100% sure. We'll see how the series goes and see where we get to, but that might be a thing we start doing in the not too distant future. Regardless, we have managed at the very least to get to the point where we need to purchase a territory. But I suppose before we do that, we should look into a little bit more production. So the coal maker, what exactly do you do? I'm pretty sure, yeah, produces coal from wood. So let's, I mean, this thing could go, honestly, right there is not a bad place for it. But again, we have that desirability issue. So let's, I mean, I want to place it up here. So it's kind of out of the way a little bit. We could put it somewhere over here, but I think that's a bit too close to where I want to put some houses. So I think up here is where we're going to put the coal maker, which is completely fine. And then the granary, since it's a food related thing, very tempting to put it down here. It's definitely not a bad place for it. But I'm just looking to see if there's anywhere else I could put a granary right now. And it doesn't really seem like there's all that many options. Although here, actually, yeah, right here for a granary. And then maybe another farm could go next to it. And then around that farm, we could do, wait, no. Cancel this. I've just no, cancel you as well. I've just realized what I'm doing. Confirm demolition. I'd be getting rid of trees. And I think those trees, yeah. I was going to build another farm in here. But if I do that, I'm losing some of the trees in this area, which I really don't want to do. So what I think I'll do instead, since we have got the option to purchase a territory, we're going to go down here. I'm going to grab this one, which is going to cost me 50 coin, which is great because my reward for doing that is 50 coin. And then I guess what I could do now is I can build myself a little section of road that comes out here. Now that is getting rid of some trees, but most of those I don't think are actually in the wood cutting area. We'll bring this, I want to say all the way up to there is going to be a good place for it. And I want to look at you and see if I can add, so we have room for 3 more vegetables on this thing. So let me do 3 more. Yeah, 3 more pumpkins right there is going to be perfect. The granary fits right there, which is absolutely perfect. And then I'm going to get another farm, which I want to say, where do I want to put another farm? I want to say right here for another farm. And around this one, we'll do, what is the issue here? So only 1 type of crop is allowed per farm. Interesting. There we go. I can select them now. Might have been a weird little bug there, but I think what we'll do is go for cabbages on this one. And then a nice sort of 6 by 6 will give us 32. If we do another row right here, that's 38. Honestly, I'm kind of here for it. That seems like a really good use of the space. We have the granary right in between the farms, which is absolutely perfect. We're gonna need more workers though. So let's come down this way. Let me get myself another couple of homesteads. We're gonna go for here. We'll build ourselves the little yard around it. We'll go ahead and do, I'm gonna do more trees, I think, just because I'm really liking them. And we'll do the little doghouse here. We'll get that built. We'll do another little homestead right here. Get this guy around it. We'll do another tree, which isn't really going to be doing much since it's winter. And we'll do, I guess we'll do the washing line on this one as well, just to get that going. So we'll get those built hopefully as quickly as we possibly can. We have some visitors we have to get rid of, and interesting. Secret Santa. What a childish game. It is below me and my stature. Unfortunately for you, I wasn't given any instructions. So enjoy this. You deserve it. Your Secret Santa. What's my gift? Coal? Okay. 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 I see how it is. I see what we're up to here. So we'll put this thing up here. Since it's just full of coal, we will consume that eventually. Let's dismiss these visitors and see what else we need to do. So we need to produce coal. We need to store vegetables. I suppose the coal maker could do with some workers. So we'll put someone to work in there so we can get to work on that whole thing. And then we also need to build an inn and assign an innkeeper. So let's head down. Let's have a look at essentials. That's the laborer's hut. Rather. We have the inn in amenities, and I think it can live. I mean, right here is a good place for it. Even right here is a pretty good place for it. Right behind that house, it's a really nice and central location that's going to give us, I mean, if I build houses in here, it's going to give me desirability there. So absolutely, build the inn right about there. Let's go ahead though and prioritize construction on these houses so that we can get some new people in here a little bit quicker. Because as much as I like the inn and as much as I want the inn, I think getting some new fablings in here is going to be a better idea. And it also looks like we have started the coal production. Man, this really is reminding me of Manor Lords. It's like Manor Lords if it was a, I don't know. There's a movie I saw that this art style reminds me of, and I can't remember the name of it. I for the life of me I can't remember the name of it. It had like a Santa looking character in it. The main, I don't remember. That's not helpful at all. It was animated. It had a really unique animation style. I don't remember. Anyway, we have some world events up here. So, if I can wait another one. Secret Santa is one of my favorite traditions and always cheers me up in the dark of winter. I was advised that this is not a fun gift, but I love it and I hope you do too. 100 vegetables? Absolutely, I'll take 100 vegetables. That's a bit more food for us, which is great news. So we'll go ahead and put the 100 vegetables. Do we have an open spot for it? I think right here. Seems like a pretty good place for it. So that's, I mean, a bunch of free food and a bunch of coal going into the stockpile here, which looks really cool, actually. I really do like the style of the stockpile. That's very, very cool. We also have the homesteads down here, which have now finished construction. All of the additionals are done as well, which means the inn should be next. So that means whenever we have more visitors, we should be in a good place to bring them in and have a good time with them, which means this other farm can get up and working as well. Because obviously right now, I mean, we could get 3 people per farm. So probably not a terrible idea to head in that particular direction. But for now, let's speed things back up. Let's get the inn done as quickly as we can. And I'm also thinking maybe not a terrible idea to build a little road just in here, so my Fablings can move a little bit quicker from top to bottom. Let's bring in the 2 visitors as well so that we can, as soon as this thing's done, get ourselves an innkeeper. But let's also get at least 1 person working in the new farm over there so that once winter has, come and gone, we can start growing both the pumpkins and I don't remember what I selected for here. So we'll go for, we will assume carrots. Might have been cabbage. It could have been anything. It literally could have been anything. I do not remember. Either way, the inn is up and going, which is going to keep everybody happy. We have no one available to be an innkeeper, though. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Anyway, you get it? Interesting, because it's an inn. It's funnier when I explain it, right? That's how comedy works. Now, what am I growing here? Cabbages. Okay, that's fair enough. Either way, it's spring now, which is good. Means that we should have food production picking up again. Food's doing okay. We have 272 days of food remaining. We just happen to need some. Some Fablings to work in the inn and also in the granary. I totally forgot about the fact that the granary does, in fact, need some workers. And there we go. Welcome 2 of 2 visitors. 1 of you works in there. And then 1 of you works. Oh, wait, no one's available. Interesting. Okay, well, you know what? The inn's done. Let's claim that reward. We now need to reach the population milestone of small village. And we're also well on our way to being done with the coal production. We do have room for 2 more Fablings, which is fantastic. A small village is at 18 Fablings. So once the next set of visitors are in here and accepted, that'll be us at a small village. It is 5 days away though, which is completely fine. I'm in absolutely no rush. And I think that's probably a good time to leave it there for today. Let me know what you think of Fabledom. Do you want to see more of this? Is it the kind of game we could chill with here on the channel over the next couple of weeks and see how far into this we can go? The map is decently sized and there's plenty of room up here for building. We can do some stuff with the water as well. We have these hills and stuff as well. There's a lot of map to explore. We got some ruins down here, for example. We've got anything over here that's worth looking at? Not really. We have this weird looking thing. I've got no idea what that is. I know there's other things in the map we can see as well. We got more ruins. Is there a witch's hut on this map? There's an abandoned graveyard. That seems promising. We got ruins here. Ah, yes, there is indeed a witch's hut just over here. So that's something. Oh, there's the witch. Hello. She's got a cat too. Kind of looks like my cat. Anyway, let's go ahead and leave it there for part 1 of Fabledom. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.